semiotic system at work there. And so consequently there's an underlayment of code in every language transaction, every digital transaction. And it's attempting to think that that underlayment of code is beginning to function like a cultural subconscious. That instead of a subconscious being imagined on anthropomorphic lines, such as Freud or Jung did, for example, they're increasing fictions and cultural products that suppose the unconscious is functioning like some kind of programming code. And in reality, it is functioning like programming code.
Leading a virtual life online, pretending to be someone you're not, even of another gender, it gives you a rush. It's like a drug. Is it addictive too?
It can be addictive. I think there's a lot of research now on the addictive qualities not only of social networking sites like Second Life, but also even more so computer and video games, which is also like a virtual presence. You're in a different world, you're playing some highly muscled avatar, so forth. These games, and to some extent the social networking sites too, are deliberately created with a reward structure that makes them addictive. So that there should be addiction to computer games is no accident.
Os europeus não escapam da febre de redes sociais na internet. De Facebook e MySpace até um favorito local chamado Bibo, recém-comprado pela AOL. Pesquisas deste lado do mundo confirmam o já observado em outras regiões. O uso maior dos programas ocorre entre jovens. Só que adultos entram cada vez mais na troca de experiências pessoais online. Um resultado curioso apurado em pesquisa na Europa é que o uso dessas redes sociais é menor em países de clima quente da região, onde é mais comum o hábito de sair, socializar na rua, ao ar livre, em cafés e lugares públicos. Como se poderia esperar, quanto mais frio na rua, mais as pessoas tendem a ficar em casa e usar a internet, inclusive para contatos pessoais. Essa dicotomia pode acabar em breve, porque começa a avançar o uso de redes sociais via telefone celular. Ou seja, o usuário sai de casa e passa a socializar ao vivo e online, ao mesmo tempo. Um levantamento do Centro de Pesquisa em Mídia, da empresa britânica Wigan, especializada em aspectos legais na área de comunicações, revelou que entre jovens de 15 a 19 anos no Reino Unido, as moças cortaram 10% do tempo que dedicavam à televisão, em troca de usar mais as redes de contato pessoal. No caso dos rapazes, a redução do tempo de TV para entrar nas redes chegou a 20%. A pesquisa da Wigan confirmou também a diferença de gerações no uso das redes sociais. Na faixa jovem, de 15 a 19 anos, pouco mais da metade dos rapazes usa Facebook, MySpace, Bibo ou outras do gênero. Na faixa de 45 a 54 anos de idade, onde se encontram os chamados dinossauros da tecnologia, só 13% dos homens usam as redes de contato pessoal. Surgem sinais, no entanto, de que esse quadro talvez venha a se alterar, porque grandes empresas começam a demonstrar interesse pelas redes sociais. Além da Time Warner, AOL, que acaba de comprar a rede social britânica Bibo, o sisudo jornal econômico britânico Financial Times também acaba de anunciar que vai criar sua própria rede social. O jornal não explicou por quê, e os especialistas já se perguntam qual seria o verdadeiro motivo. O Sem Fronteiras em Londres procurou o professor Leslie Haddon, na Faculdade de Mídia e Comunicação da London School of Economics, onde ele se especializa em pesquisas sobre redes sociais na internet e outros mecanismos novos de comunicação, de telefone celular a e-mail.
In which ways do you think these social networks have changed people's lives?
Has it really changed fundamentally the hours and the structure of your day and the way you spend your life? And the answer is probably not. Often you're doing things that you used to do before, but you're doing them via new channels. So, I mean, people had websites before, but now they have the websites on social networking sites. They can do slightly different things, slightly more easy to make contact, but sometimes they're putting their pictures up and they're leaving blogs and whatever that they used to do before. For other people, it's a bit more of a change because maybe they didn't have websites and now it's just become too popular and too tempting that they have to get into it and find out a little bit more about what's going on.
Within the confines of the family itself, do you think the social networks have changed anything?
Most of our evidence suggests that parents don't really know what their children are doing online. And sometimes it's because they don't have the internet or they're not using it. But sometimes it's because they do use the internet, but they use different bits. Where you come unstuck, actually, this is really, really a rare but good example, is that young people put so much information about themselves online and they rely on the fact that their parents don't know how to go and look at it.
We all remember the famous cartoon of the internet, the two dogs using the internet, and one tells the other, the good thing about the internet is nobody knows you're a dog, meaning you never know who's at the other end. Mm-hmm. Do you think the social networks have exacerbated that and make it more dangerous? Because that's the danger part, not knowing who's at the other end.
The dangers are not the obvious ones. There's a big campaign at the moment in Britain to make people aware generally that they're putting so much information on these sites, they're leaving themselves open to identity theft and fraud. And trying to make people aware, you know, the world can see this. So if someone is, to use the term phishing now for information, they can find this. Another aspect of that is that, you know, you try and go for some employment sometimes, and they go and check what you've got on your social networking site because you've made it public. And they can, you know, what type of person is this? And, you know, the people using their social networking sites don't think necessarily through the implications of this information is going to sit here for a while now. People go and archive it and whatever, and it can be found. Only other things, it's what I said earlier, sometimes you do what you used to do, but do it in a slightly